はい、どうも S級くらぶのシャロです。シャーロック・ホームズやっていくんですけど、ちょっと、録画ファイルが壊れちゃったから全部取り直しになって、なんで、何をどこまで見たかとかまで覚えてなくて、しかも、セーブデータなかったから、また途中セーブしてるとこから、1個前の、何個ぐらいやろ ?6 パート分ぐらい一人でやってきて、一人か。なんでちょっと、はい、あんま覚えてないんですけど、多分この辺は読まなくても大丈夫なものですね。はい。ジョンの日記もまあいいかな。いやー、マジ最悪。これ今からの事件だね。で、この辺くっつけていこうかな。空想の友人ジョン、精神病。脆い平常心。母さんの精神病は遺伝によるものが大きく、僕の精神や合理性も影響を受けている可能性がある。もしこれ前作ってたら、ちょっとあれになるんだけど、まあ許して。これはくっつかなくて、精神病もくっつかない。怪しい精神科医。マイクロフトはオットー・リヒター博士の治療が気に入らず彼を信用していなかった。はい。という感じですかね。で、操作手帳をこっちにして、ボーゲルからの招待状。ホームズ君へグランドサライ地区北部コルトナ修道院の向かいのターコにあるカートマンチョスの邸宅で君を待っている。すぐ来てくれたまえ。都合が悪くても来てほしい。君の友人 V.V. 推進。不必要な面倒ごとに巻き込まれないよう適切な遺書を送っておいた。ぜひ来てくれたまえ。なんかこれ読んだ気がするね。で、なんか服だけ着替えてたような気がする。これか。これと、これですね。じゃあそこまで行っていきたいと思います。はい、マンチョステ到着したので入っていきます。
Welcome, sir. I do. Enjoy the evening, sir. There is still plenty of time before the grand finale.
All right.
What if I write an article about these people here? Can you help me gather information about Cordona's elite?
はい、マスカレードパーティーですね。で、まあいっか。
My goodness, Sherlock. They made a blood fountain.
No, John, it's definitely not blood, just wine. Go is it a guess?
はい、じゃあ、とりあえず、バーナー探しに行きましょう。で、バーナーがいる場所が、
Sherlock, friend. I wasn't sure you'd come.
Werner, I see you are not yourself.
The more time you spend here in Cordona, the more I feel it my duty to bring you into our world and show you all we have to offer.
And what is on offer today?
Pleasure, indulgence, relief, and relaxation. You've earned some time for yourself, have you not?
Those who know me would say I'm incapable of it.
Nonsense. I refuse to believe there is anyone permitted to know Sherlock Holmes.
You may be right.
Then free yourself from inhibition and expectation. The night is young, and so are the guests. You should try to enjoy both. It's not healthy for handsome men to spend every night alone, and certainly not in a house filled with such melancholic memories.
I must admit, my travels have proven more taxing than expected. I'm less confident in my life and myself. A time of relaxation seems a distant dream.
So, can I tempt you with a physical aid to your moral consolations? There's wine, of course, and something to smoke, or perhaps an artificial paradise? Yes, something more spiritual, a potentiator to sharpen the mind. A 7% solution of, well, that'd be telling, but you must try it.
はい。それは危険すぎる。そんなものに意味はない。意味はない。
My mind already operates at a far higher level than most. I struggle to believe anything could improve it. My ultimate duty is to provide the world with truth, and I do that perfectly well as is.
Duty? You've never cared about that before.
Of course I do. Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
That's not morality. Morals are what happens afterwards when truth collides with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved? Do you ever see what happened next, visit the victims, ensure justice is served in the courts? And how do you choose where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance could be applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What occurs afterward is irrelevant.
With every action or inaction, you place a finger on the scales of morality. Many in the city would see you as abdicating your responsibility.
I haven't.
Not me, of course. Morality is subjective, just like truth. There is little to be gained from indulging in it, and far better things to indulge in. Now I must insist on easing any burdens I've placed upon your shoulders. Show yourself a kindness, and try this rather delectable concoction.
必要ない高額のためにもらおう。まあ、シャーロックは断りそうなんで。
I am perfectly capable of coping with myself without medical assistance.
Then I shall press you on it no further. But please do not refuse my gift. Take it with you as a souvenir of this special night.
Souvenir of what, exactly? But, all right, if only to put the matter to bed.
And now, our evening begins in earnest. I just remembered. I'm sorry, Sherlock. My mind's delightfully impaired. Please take this key. It opens the altar room, past the library.
Pardon? Altar room? What now, Werner?
Go quickly and find our Fabio. Only you can make him talk. I'll join you in a minute.
はい。なんか、どこだったかな、書庫の奥のなんか行ってこいって言われるんで、祭壇室か。そこまで行くんですけど、これね、見れないんよね。なんか、見たいんだけど、ほら。ほら。見えへん。で、あとが、ジョンがなんか、情報探してくれって言ってるんで、まずこれだけ探してきます。これはこっちにいるんで、盗み聞きします。身元が暴露された不祥事について探る。賭けに負けた病気の人間がいた。政治的危機。事件の後に解任された。仮面がなければブサイクだ。貧民は参加できない。浮気をした花婿。招かれざる神父。あ、違う。一服した公爵夫人。扇動的な報道。人々は前回のパーティーで起こった事件について話していた。若い男性と一緒にいたカウデン副知事をプロイセン王国の公爵夫人である彼の婚約者が発見した。政略結婚ではあったが公爵夫人の愛は本物だった。この事件によりコルドナとプロイセン王国の間に政治的危機が勃発することとなった。多くの抗議活動があったわけではないが、知事は副知事を解任している。
That's what I like about this party. Bring me more dirt, Sherry. One more piece, and I can expose these base hedonists.
はい、ということです。で、どこやったかな、ジョンの、書いてないのかな、書いてないんだ。なんか、ジョンが記事書いたって言ってたけど、載ってなかったね。あとは祭壇室が、こっちかな。はい、じゃあ祭壇室入っていきます。
My God. Was he here this whole time?
はい。というわけで、この人ファビオなんですけど、ファビオに会いに来たら死んでたと。 あ、まあ、またですね。あとこれね、乳首って YouTube アウトやんね。大丈夫なんかな？
A blunt force trauma may have suffered an internal hemorrhage.
最近なんかバンされそうなあれが多い。
This crude tattoo partially covers a slave branding.
はい、入れ墨が奴隷の入れ墨を隠してるみたいで、こっちは頭殴られてると。これが、
This golden handle has a blood stain on it.
はい、
The dagger is heavy and sharp but lacks balance.
ダガーですね。
The wound is deep. A precise strike reached the heart.
はい。あと、お腹が、
This worm-like sigil has been drawn with his own blood.
はい、中書かれてて、手が、
The victim has clenched the fabric so firmly in his fist that it's nigh impossible to remove it.
めっちゃ握りしめてると。そう、ここで死んだ。って感じですね。はい、じゃあ、ちょっとこっち調べていきます。ここに、タバコがあって、
Enough cigars to burn down the entire mansion.
葉巻か。これがムチ。
Why don't people tidy up after themselves?
で、ここが、
An open wound spoiled the carpet.
血で汚れてて、横には、
Blood. A sturdy bottle met a not so sturdy human. It didn't break only because it was unopened.
はい、血のついたワインの瓶があると。で、証拠固定すると、なんかいろいろ見れるんで、一個ずつ見ていくと、大量の血痕。
The wounded person was here for some time.
はい、怪我した人はここにしばらくいて、で、
A
汚れ
bloody
てる。
handprint on an armchair.
はい、血の手形が椅子についてて、
A person leaned against the doorframe. They left a smudged trail of blood. There appear to be no further traces leading to the altar.
はい、らしいですね。なんで、ここで殴られて持っていかれた。あの人頭ね、怪我してたんで、ここで殴られて連れて行かれたんかなーって感じですね。こっちの部屋は、間違えた。はい、調べるのがあって、これは、
The pitcher is empty but with puddles around it.
はい、なんか、中には水入ってないけど、外についてるみたいなこと言ってね。
Blood clots are adhered to the sides of the drain.
この排水口に血がついてると。で、これ古い時代だから蛇口とかがなくて、この水がめに入ったやつで手を洗ってるって感じっぽいですね。これは濡れた手形。
Identical to the robes the guests are wearing.
まあ、手洗ってそのまま取ったのかな。で、この机にこうあって、右側が、
This is a different ritual.
儀式の筋書き。発見した何らかの儀式の筋書きの冒頭に次の文言が書かれていた。文言の内容は次の通り。そうかそうか。文言が書かれていたか。次の文言がじゃないな。はいはい。この儀式を読んで練習しろ、マンチョス。マンチョスは、カートマンチョスやね。ここの、邸宅持ってる人が、この儀式を読んで練習しろと、この人に言ってると。母なるガイアの象徴である裸の女性が祭壇に敷かれた花の上に横たわる。儀式の信仰者は儀式用の油で女性を塗り、女性の内なる豊穣を目覚めさせる。参加者たちはこの瞬間に栄唱し、母なるガイアを喜ばせる男を呼び出さなければならない。そして、生命の摂理が具現化した存在である男は、女性とちぎりを、交わすのである。ちょっと、何言ってるかあんまわかんないですね。カートのメモ。マティスタ、お客様を無視するな。そして彼らを退屈させないように。またカートっていうのは、この邸宅のあれですね。マティスタっていうのがいます。まだちょっと出てきてないんですけど。彼らが興味があるのはお前のざれ言などではなく、美しいお前が彼らにどれだけ奉仕できるかということだ。お前がここにいるのは命を賛美するためだ。忘れるな。お客様はお前と時間を過ごすために大金を払うのだ。カート。
How can anyone accept such behavior?
あともう一つ。
A useful tool for a disguise arsenal.
はい。変装するのに役立ちそうと。次、左ですね。左は、見る
Handcrafted and luxurious cufflinks. There's also a note. For my Fabio, Manchos.
はい。For my Fabio。ファビオってさっき死んでた人ですね。ファビオにこの邸宅の主人が送ったと。これが、どこ見れる？
The key is similar to the one that Vogel gave me.
はい、鍵です
The
ね。
capital F on the key fob might refer to Fabio.
はい、おそらくファビオの鍵ですね。
Would you recognize me in one of these? I suppose not.
で、あとが、これが、
Props, decorations, and tools for a more detailed set.
あとここに、
Similar to the guests' robes, apart from the bloodstains.
血のついたローブですね。こっち戻ってくると、ボーゲルがそこにいましたね。ボーゲル話しかけるの忘れてた。
The ointment smells mouse-like. I presume it is an aphrodisiac prepared from a Spanish fly.
はい、なんか儀式用のやつです
This
ね。
oil has a slight aroma of flowers and olive.
こ
This elaborate box must be for the ritual dagger.
れちょっとボーゲルに先話聞
The
いた方
herbs
が、
here are Salvia divinorum. They have a slight hallucinogenic effect to emphasize the ceremony.
ちょっと良かったかもしれんですね。なんか、
This one looks like a twisted symbol of Venus, drawn in a hurry.
まあいっか。とりあえず調
The
べれ
sign
るところだ
reminds me
け
of the
調べて。
astrological symbol for Mars.
はい、じゃあボーゲル話します。
Werner, care to explain what is going on here?
On nights like these, it's not unusual for some attendees to get a little exuberant. It's part of the appeal. Unfortunately, it appears things have gotten out of hand. Yes, some are more prone to bend the rules of morality.
That's murder. I doubt there's anything left to bend. Why did you not tell me immediately? We were chatting about trivial matters for some time.
If I'm completely honest, Sherlock, I've consumed a rather potent cocktail of substances. My attention slips and drifts. But I'm glad I thought to call for you.
You sent me a disguise.
Oh dear, did I? Well, since I found the body, Mr. Manchios has agreed that you can investigate the matter. I promise my mind will behave itself going forward.
All right. Pull yourself together, Werner.
はい、じゃあ、いっぱい聞いていこうかな。今日のような夜とは、
What is it about these nights that you were so eager to share with me?
Well, they're not always in the evenings, but they are in the shadows. People gather to test their boundaries in a safe and consensual atmosphere, often with more stains than your typical crime scene. But that is the point. Who are we to judge?
I suppose that's fair. What about today, then? Was anything different?
Well, I was invited as a special guest. It was supposed to be a time of both divine and carnal pleasures. A scratch for every unconventional itch.
I imagine you're reeling from your shattered expectations.
On the contrary, there is still spectacle, stimulation, and release, merely in a different form. I like to let life entertain me.
Or death.
はい、じゃあカートとは誰だ？
Mr. Manchios is the owner of the manor, yes?
And the host of Cordona's most memorable parties. He promises even the ugliest guest a partner for the night. And for the ones with more unconventional tastes, Mr. Manchios provides other services.
What a caring person.
You cannot begin to imagine.
はい、どうやって遺体を見つけた？
How did you discover the body? In between guzzles of alcohol?
I was set to perform in a fecundity rite with Fabio and came to inquire further. It was a staged ritual where he was to play the principle of life.
And the rehearsal was unsuccessful?
Huh, who knows? I found him alone on the altar, his blood dripping to the floor.
And then?
Then I called Mr. Manchios. He was panicking, so I told him about you. We left the room and locked the door. Then we were
Filling time?
waiting for you was stressful. We indulged in some simple comforts. Overindulged, perhaps.
はい、被害者を知っていたか？
Were you well acquainted with Fabio, the victim?
Everyone knew Fabio, or wanted to. His beauty was the talk of the island. Too handsome to go unnoticed. He was magnetic. Fat wallets fought for the privilege of having him. He offered the pleasures of performance, and more.
はい、儀式について話してくれ。
What about the fertility ritual? There was something about Fabio being a principle of life.
Fabio was supposed to portray the beauty of life's origin. Flowers, oil. Not this travesty that seems straight out the Inquisition.
So this ritual is not the fertility rite. What was it meant to look like?
It begins with a woman lying naked in a flower bed on the altar. She represents Gaia, the earth. As I cover her in oils, we chant for the principle. As our calls reach a climax, Fabio enters and copulates with her. After he finishes, I stab her with a dagger. That part's just pretend, of course.
But the intercourse is not?
I did not expect you to be such a prude. Are you a virgin? It is nothing to be ashamed of, but it would explain the color of your cheeks. The fertility rite marks the start of our festivities. The principle of life is beautiful, intimate, essential. It must not be stopped.
Yet it appears that someone did stop it. What about the naked woman? Can you tell me anything about her?
Oh yes, Matista. She's one of Fabio's compatriots and a performer too. I haven't seen her today, actually.
はい、これ、そうですね、これさっき聞いといた方がよかったですね。さっき衣装部屋の机の上に置いてあった本に書いてあった儀式の流れを、さっきこの人、バーナーが話してくれてた通りで、男の人と女の人がいて、男の人が今死んでた人で、女の人がもう一人いて、みたいな感じですね。だからこれ聞いてから回った方がよかったかな。いっか。部屋は空いていたのか。
When you discovered the body, was the door open?
No, it was locked. Oh, that reminds me. It's a minor detail, but the first time I came to speak to Fabio, I left without entering, having been unable to open the door.
You didn't have the key?
No, I had it. Don't look at me like that. I was mostly sober. I suspect there was a key in the other side of the door, blocking the lock.
That detail may very well be major, Werner. Well done. So you returned later only to find the lock was not blocked?
Correct. After an hour had passed, I tried again and was able to unlock the door. That's when I discovered poor, handsome Fabio.
はい。警察は何も知らないのか。
The police remain unaware of this tragic event?
Some of them may be hiding behind their masks. They conceal many things. But we didn't want the authorities to create more problems. Besides, after a few cocktails, their incompetence will have soared to new heights.
How do you know I even want the case?
I promised you relaxation. If there's one thing I know about you, Sherlock, it's that nothing soothes you more than a good mystery.
So, Sherry, do you have any ideas about the case?
Perhaps. I think I can deduce what happened here.
はい、じゃあ、これが再現できるようになりました。ちなみにこれね、こっち来ると、あれジョンたまにここで泳ぐんやけど、あれ泳いでへんな。あれかな再現せえへんかったら泳がへんかな。泳いでた、ほら。っていう感じです。で、どうしようかな。再現してもいいんだけど、ちょっと、時間多分いい感じになってると思うので、今日はこれで終わりたいと思います。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。また、チャンネル登録と高評価お願いします。じゃあまた明日。